Have you ever felt disappointed? Have you ever felt so bad just because you were double sure of something that you could do only for the result to come out and you didn't do as much as you thought you could? Hi everyone, so this is Precious and it's Unscripted with Precious. Today we'll be talking about handling disappointment. So I'm going to just put you through some things that has happened, to me, so we could start our conversation from there. So on this fateful day, very, 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 very touching story. On this fateful day, I was supposed to do something with some other people, and then everybody felt like they could not do that. So I had successes of familiar stuff, and so people had double trust in me that Precious could handle this stuff and there is no need for us to really put much effort, and I felt like I could. I've done stuff like that and I have success stories about that. Oops. And then I did that. I gave it my best, only for the result of what we did to, and then it was negative. It was not as good as we wanted it to be. Did I get disappointed? Yes, I felt so disappointed, because imagine people putting, will I say, their trust, or believing that you can handle something, and then only for you to get to fail then. So I felt so disappointed, and I felt maybe I wasn't as good as I thought I was. And then that little stuff actually destroyed quite a number of things in my heart. I started feeling maybe I was thinking that maybe I wasn't as good as I felt that I was. So most times in the room when something is to be done and I'm good in that, I tend to keep quiet, because I just feel, I decided to do something one time and then I didn't get it. I felt disappointed. So you might be like me then, that felt, maybe I'm not good enough just because I've encountered so many failures. Really, you are good. All right, so, but something I would like to put out there is that being good enough is not good enough. Because being good enough is not just on a level. It has to be something that you are continuously working on. It's something that you have to develop time, to build over time. All right, so I think I'm using so many. So what I'm trying to say is, there will be some time that you felt that you were good in something, and then when you decided to engage in that, and then you got disappointed. It can be a business, it can be academics, it can be so many stuff, and then you got disappointed by that. Doesn't make you less of a person, and doesn't make you what is the word? Maybe unskilled. It just means that you need to use a different strategy. There is something different that is needed for you to, to put in. So a lot of people will always say, so I got disappointed and I decided to give up. For example, in businesses, a lot of people will say, I tried this business and then I didn't get up to 10 customers and I decided to give up. Who says that you can't make so much gain in that business? It just means that there is something else you need to know. There is something else you need to learn. There is something else you need to understand. How do you handle disappointment? Do you go back to your room crying, or you go back to the drawing board trying to work on things that you felt that you did better but needs to be changed? So a lot of people think they handle disappointment by staying out of it so that they don't encounter much disappointment. Funny enough, how it just means you are not as courageous as you think. You have to be out there. But before you go out there, learn to do things differently. Learn to train yourself, build yourself, become better. Read books if you have to. Watch videos of that particular thing that you did and you failed in. Listen to people who have engaged in those stuff and then they had great experiences and success rates. And ask questions on how they made it. And then go back to that field, changing your strategy. So handling disappointment is not by opting out, it's by you taking a different strategy. For example, well, I really don't know much about boxing, but all I could say is when a boxer, when he loses a game, he doesn't stay out of the game of boxing. All he does is that he goes back, he trains more, he learns new strategy, he gets new ways, to beat his opponent and gets back to that place and wins. You are made to succeed. So the fact that you had a disappointment doesn't mean you should step out. Step in and change the game.